guys, what's up? How are you feeling? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in to another video. And yeah, let's just get right into it. Today, from the title of this video, you already know what we'll be speaking on. And today we'll be speaking on what had happened on social media with the girl who was taken to the Cheesecake Factory. I really had some thoughts and opinions on it, and I thought you guys wouldn't mind me sharing. But before we get into the video, you already know we have to say our affirmations, and today's affirmation is, I trust the journey of my life. And I thought this was an extremely important affirmation, like I think every other affirmation is. But because, you know, sometimes in life you feel like you may be going forward. You know, you might take 2 steps forward and then 3 steps back, or maybe 5 steps forward and 10 steps back. And you might feel like you're all over the place. You don't know exactly what you are doing. You know, things are consistently changing and going left and right. When you think things are going right, you may, you know, then wake up and they're going wrong, or vice versa. And I want to sit here and tell you that everyone's journey is different, and every single journey takes time to where you want to be. And especially if where you are trying to go and reach is greatness, whether that is, you know, within yourself or with your friends or your family or in your career, whatever it may be, it's going to take time. And it's okay to not always have it all figured out. It's okay to, you know, feel like, you know, you don't know what you're doing and that you're just confused, you know, in the world for a while. It's okay, because we are all feeling those things, okay? No one has it all figured out. Even when you think someone has it figured out, they don't, okay? You will never have life fully figured out. And so give yourself grace just for that given fact that it's okay to not have it all figured out, and just trust that the journey that you are on is going to lead you exactly to not only where you want to be, but where you need to be, okay? So let's say that again. I trust the journey of my life. Now let's get right into it. So I heard about this video. I'm gonna see if I can insert it. Maybe I might pause right here and then play it. But so after watching the video, it's kind of hard to find the original video, but I'm gonna dig to see if I can find it. But for one, there's nothing wrong with going to the Cheesecake Factory. I honestly don't think there's anything wrong where any guy takes you out to a restaurant, especially for a first date. When guys, for instance, for me, taking me on dates, and I have been on plenty of dates, okay? I never sit there and determine where he takes me. I never let where he takes me determine my worth. And I think that's what a lot of women get misconstrued. They sit there and allow their worth to be determined based off where the guy is taking you on the first date. Now, in this video, if you guys have seen it, he was very respectful. He was very nice. He even, you know, showed her his planner and everything, like, hey, this is where I was going to take you originally. But even women need to really understand that if you want a man who is going to court you, be respectful, you know, take care of you, you have to also be a high value woman yourself. It sounds like you want a high value man, and so you also have to be a high value woman. And first of all, for one, pulling out your camera to, you know, express yourself and try to make a video on it and everything for social media, for one, really shows how much social media gets in everybody's head. Everybody wants to record every little thing, whether it's good or bad, like literally for a video to go viral, for likes and comments, and for this dopamine hit that people get off of just people interacting with their social media, which is crazy because it's not actual real life. You understand? And even then, when she pulled out her phone and everything, he was still very respectful. And like he said, he had a lot of great points. Like, you had him wait for an hour. You understand? Like, at least if you knew that you were going to be pushed back for work or anything, you could have at least given him a heads up. Like, hey, can we reschedule to 5, maybe 4:45? I don't want to have you waiting downstairs for such a long time, because that is also deemed disrespectful. And as a man who respects his self-worth, which I'm pretty sure as a woman, that's what you should want. You want a man who's not only going to respect you, but respect himself. Because to respect you, he has to first respect himself. Plain and simple. That's like a woman that wants a man who's going to express himself and be emotionally vulnerable and all these different things and understand her emotions. A man cannot give you what he doesn't have himself, and so he has to understand himself first, respect himself first, and hold himself up to a higher standard in order to treat you with such standard. It's just that simple. But you have to be a woman of that type of standard. You understand? And pulling out your phone, being like kind of mean about it. Like, you could have simply just pulled him aside, talked to him and said, hey, you know, this is not really my preference of where I would like to go out to eat. Are you open for us going to somewhere else? But like I even said, for you to even care where a man is taking you out to eat versus how a man is treating you on a date, a man could take you to a 5-star restaurant, the best restaurant in town or the best restaurant in the city, but he could be disrespectful to you. He can call you out your name. He don't have to open the door for you. He could probably won't even pay for your meal. You understand? And I feel like, you know, people are so focused on where he is taking you, what is he buying you, and what is he doing for you, and not exactly how he is treating you, which is how you end up in toxic relationships and you end up being disrespected, mistreated, and misguided as a woman. But I feel like, here we go once again, it just stems from a very unhealthy amount of childhood trauma. That's all that it stems from. I think a lot of people don't understand that they don't actually want genuine intimate connections. They want enmeshments. Okay? And if you don't know what an enmeshment is, then just Google it. I'm gonna put a definition here for you guys. But it's more so, you know, enmeshment is more so, you know, two people just playing their role, you know, despite of what the boundaries are, despite of how the person is feeling, despite of anything. It's kind of like, you know, a child and a parent dynamic where parents are just like, oh, well, I'm the mother or the father, so you have to do this. You have to respect me. You have to play your role as a kid. And so the kid is then conditioned to, okay, regardless of how I'm feeling, my feelings don't matter because they are X, Y, and Z, whatever title that is, which is a parent in that dynamic, right? Versus having an actual intimate connection and understanding one another, you know, hearing out each other's wants and needs and thoughts and respecting each other for exactly who you are, not what role you play or what you can and cannot do. But people don't understand the difference between that. People really misconstrued intimate connection with role playing, with material, with, you know, a lot of superficial, you know, acts or doings. They really, you know, connect the two as connection, which is kind of weird to me because even me saying it doesn't even make sense, you know. So it's the only way that you can psychologically think that is because of some way, shape, or form that you were raised. And like I said, women out there, you should never sit there and compare your worth to where a man is taking you out to eat. There are many different reasons why a man will take you to a certain location, and it has nothing to do with your worth. It can be with the type of menu that they have, maybe the location of the place, maybe if he had somewhere else that I've been on a lot of dates where a man will take me to a restaurant or a specific place because it might be closer to where he's about to take me next. You know, you never know exactly. Like you have a lot of men out here, because I've experienced them. You have a lot of men out here who will like plan a date and he's planning a whole day with you. You know, he's planning to take you here and then there and then here. And so, yeah, like he wants to make sure that you're getting to places on time. You're making the reservations on time. So you guys need to be in the close vicinity of all the areas that he is trying to take you in order to really give you a great experience of the date. And you will kind of cut yourself short if you're sitting here just worried about where he's taking you. You understand? And on top of that, like I said, if you are not comfortable or you don't like where a person is taking you, granted, everyone has their own preference and that is okay. But be mature about it and talk to them, not pulling out your phone and, you know, trying to make snotty comments. On top of that, while he's talking to her and he's, you know, trying to explain like, hey, like, you know, I thought that I've been respectful and things of that nature. And, you know, you haven't done certain things that I would kind of, you know, deem as respectful or wanted, but I did understand. And she's kind of like, while he's talking, like making facial expressions and, you know, making side comments. And that's extremely rude and immature. That's what a kid does. You understand? That's what a child does. And so, men, if you come across a woman like that, you shouldn't want to take her out anyway. It is what it is. You just dodged a bullet. That's what I love about sometimes too, when people are just being their full authentic selves, because you can see what bullets you need to dodge while you can, while it's not too late. Even though it's never too late, you can always drop people as you go. But that's just me. But yes, that's all I really wanted to say. Don't ever compare your worth to where a man is taking you. And if you don't like where somebody is taking you, well, then just talk to them like a grown adult and say, hey, I don't feel comfortable, or I'm not okay with this place, or maybe you don't like the menu there, maybe you don't eat that type of food. You know, are you comfortable with us going someplace else? And his response will even show you the type of man that he is. We should always be looking out for someone's character. Character is extremely important, okay? Because it can show you who a person is, not only in front of you, but when he is by himself. And when people are by themselves, that's exactly who they are. And you want to see people for their authentic character, not where he can or can't take you, what he can't or can't give you. And I think that's why we have a lot of failing relationships today, because a lot of people are in enmeshments and they are not actually emotionally connected in any way, shape, or form. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you guys be safe. You have taken something from this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.